so let me just give you a quick little rundown on the cocktails that we're going to be offering, because this is what's really going to make a lot of money for this place. Just to kind of give you an idea how important it is for you to sell these cocktails, I'm going to tell you that we make most of the money as a restaurant on these cocktails, because the way I redesigned the cocktail list right now, we're going to be using the house liquor for all of these cocktails. So you're going to get a vodka that goes in a drink that normally costs me around $8 to $10 a bottle, but we will sell them for $14. So with that said, my cost is under $2 per cocktail. We sell them for $14. It's a lot of money we're going to be making. And as an additional thing is that since I'm making all of these cocktails with the base house liquor, that opens up opportunity for you guys to actually upsell and suggest, hey, how about instead of the house vodka, we're going to give you some juice, give you some Tito's, maybe get you a kettle. And with that said, that drink that originally cost $14 goes up to $17 or $18 sometimes. So that's a pretty nice dollar that they're going to be spending on it. And these drinks are all made with fresh fruits and herbs, so they are very easy and tasty to drink. So let's just kind of run through the menu. It's only about 14 to 15 drinks altogether. Yeah.
Can I give a quick fun fact to our show? Gluten-free is Tito's, so if anyone's gluten has a gluten allergy, you are out.
That's a really good
That's a really good option.
And let me tell you, we get gluten-free here all night long.
Almost every table.
Everybody in this
Does
restaurant.
anybody really know what gluten is?
Wheat. Wheat.
Like the
Wheat,
bread and
flour.
stuff.
We all have our own
But
opinions
it's
about it.
they're all vodka, all alcohols. Isn't all alcohol?
No, because like
The grain, it's usually grain.
Potatoes.
Grain, rice, the different ones.
But there's the
It's
gluten,
correct.
but in the distillation process, is the gluten retained?
Yeah, it's still, you can't have beer that's like not gluten.
Exactly.
Then does
Otherwise it's
the-
not beer.
Wait,
Jeez.
who is the rep? Who is the rep? You don't know. This rep came in from the cellular vodka. It's not true. He gave us this very.
Yeah, he's wrong.
You guys don't know that, so we
Right?
are going to get him
That's
with the Tito's.
I didn't trust
I'm
him.
not laughing, but that is funny.
I didn't really trust him. Okay, I'm glad that we now know.
I guess let's continue. So as you see here on the screen, I put this little animation where you can actually see the nice ingredients that go into our cocktails. So with that said, you can kind of get an idea. If someone's like, well, I really love avocados, or I really love, I don't know, dry figs or almonds or something. You can always point them out and send them to try one of these cocktails. So starting with the first right here, we got something we call a tequilado, a very popular drink. It's kind of a avocado-based margarita. So as the name says, you're gonna have avocado in it, some pineapple, a bit of a lemon. The good way to describe that drink will be that it's a drink that got this nice creamy texture because of the avocado. They got a good fat in it. So that nice creamy texture layers on top, and we put a little bit of pepper. Very easy to drink over and over again. You're gonna have a lot of people buying it, just like it's water.
What is it, just muddled avocado and
A
pineapple?
lot of avocado,
It's a little
pineapple juice, bit of a pepper on top. Very simple stuff. This bad boy right here, Limeberry. By far, I gotta say, this is probably the best seller out of the whole list. I'm actually gonna let Keith talk about this one because this is his favorite cocktail to sell. So you go ahead, take away on this one,
Well,
please.
this is the one that now everybody's probably got their own whatever they'd like to sell, but this is the one that I always remember when I told you they have to have two. This is the one that you get it to their table. By the time they start eating, they just have to have another one. So it has vodka in it. It has like Saint Germain, and then it has like crushed cucumbers, crushed basil, a little bit of serrano chili, and lemon, and then they put sugar around the rim. And it's like a really nice like green colored drink, like a lime green colored drink, and it gets a lot of attention. And we have another drink which he's going to go over called the Janapolitan, which is a red colored drink. So we can carry those drinks out, and people look at them and they want them. And they're both very good and they're both different. Somebody doesn't like one, they usually like the other. They're both vodka based. But this drink right here is so good. It's spicy, it's hard, it's kind of sweet. And you know, the bartenders can make it any way that you want. It's extremely, extremely easy drink to sell and very good drink. I'm sure everybody who's over 21 will get to taste that drink. Very good drink. This is the one that you want to sell.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add to it, so just like Keith said here,
I bet I sold
we can
20,000 of these.
we can make these drinks exactly to the guest specification. So let's say, well, first off, you're gonna see that the majority of these drinks that I'm gonna have here, you're gonna see all of the ingredients. You're not gonna see sugar, even though we do use sugar. But this is Miami. What I'm trying to do, we don't even on the menu doesn't list that there's sugar that goes into the cocktails because a lot of times people are very, I don't know, conscious or oh we're gonna go to the beach, but just try to be skinny this week, you know. So, and with that said, you know, we can make them, of course, totally without any sugar added, but it's not gonna taste just as good because it's gonna get too tart. So always check with your guests what's their preferences, how they like their drinks, if they like it a little bit more on the sweet or sour side, however they like it, we can always make it for them exactly up to the specification, up to the recipe. And just one thing I wanted to add about this drink right here, what I like to say about this one is that this is the drink that kind of makes you feel hot and cold at the same time. Because you get the burning sensation that comes off the Serrano chili that's going to initially kind of attack you, but then the cooling effect comes in from all the cucumbers and the basil that muddle together. So that's what makes the drink nice and balanced, where it's really fun to drink. All right, off to the next one. So, other than the vineberry, what's super popular? Lotus flower. It's actually a very simple cocktail, just like a blackberry lemonade. So you got some vodka, mottled blackberries, bit of a lemon juice, and also the elderflower spirit. So that's something, you know, you're gonna sell it day and night. Also very easy to drink. Next right here, just a margarita. So this cocktail, it's the way to describe it, I would say it's just a pomegranate flavored margarita. What's important to mention is that this one actually have both lime and lemon juice in it. So it's more on the tart side, more on the refreshing side, so it's not gonna get your mouth super sweet. And it's kind of a good drink to kind of work up your appetite. I noticed that, you know, people, once they get something like that, they just kind of feel like, hey, now they're ready to eat. So I suggest this is always a good drink to start. We're gonna be offering this during happy hour as well.
Is that pomegranate juice, pomegranate syrup?
Yeah, we're gonna be using a perfect puree.
Puree, yeah.
So it's a pomegranate puree, and this right here, because we're wondering what it is, it's agave worm salt. So that's what goes, red salt that goes on the rim. That's what makes it a little bit more fancy than pomegranate seeds as a garnish. Did you want to add anything? No? Okay. Play it. Go to the next one. This is the one that he just mentioned, Napolitan. So, beautiful red drink because there's the strawberries that go in it. It's a vodka base. Everybody knows about that. A little bit of basil, a little bit of a lime. Simple, yet so popular. Everybody loves a little strawberry and basil action. You know, I like to say that strawberries and basils are like best friends. They get along very nicely in a cocktail. And it's very difficult to drink just one. That's just how good it is. So that's Napolitan for you. I'm sure you're gonna sell a ton of it. Very nice martini. Girls and
That's
girls.
also a great drink to make virgin.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a strawberry lemonade. Your kids like
Yep.
it. People who are pregnant like to order it, so they don't. Like sometimes we even suggest, oh, you know, we'll put it in a martini glass for them if they're, you know, big party and there's some pregnant people and they don't want to drink or whatever. Somebody doesn't drink, they can feel a part of the group by having a drink that looks like everybody else's. But nobody, I don't really know anybody that just likes that drink with alcohol or without, because it's vodka. It tastes similar with or without. It's a really, really good drink. The other drink, the vineberry, the one I like the most, it is a little spicy. Not everybody likes that. Everybody likes that.
Can you get it without?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
can get
thing.
it,
Everything you can get customized. You can get it without the sugar. We can eliminate all the sour if somebody wants a very
Extra
sweet.
spicy, whatever you want, yeah.
Yeah, it's all that we can communicate among each other, and then I'm gonna make sure that the systems that we're gonna be using as far as bringing in the drinks, you're gonna have all these options popping up. So in case you gotta modify something, it's gonna be right there, or you're sending that drink.
One thing that I will say about our drinks is we don't really have any drinks that are like, because a lot of people, they'll make this face like, I don't like super sweet drinks. You know, we don't really have anything that's like super sweet. It's kind of everything's in the middle. But a lot of people will say, well, I like the Janapolitan, but I don't want any sugar at all. When they say that, you have got to ask them, say, you really want it with zero? Because zero means zilch. Because it'll be real tart. If you tell them, because if they say, well, we don't want it sweet, if you just put 0 sugar, then that means 0, and that's not necessarily means what they want. They just don't want it sweet per se. So you can't be specific enough when you type these out to the bartender. But if these people say they want 0, you confirm with them. 0 means zilch. It means the only thing in there that's sweet is the strawberry when they muddle it. So it's going to be super tart. But some people, when that's what they want, that's exactly what they get.
They're like drinking the lemon juice straight out of the bottle. So
A lot of people get it that way too.
you
They get it
can
zero
these
sugar.
wannabe models.
And you're thinking, because you'll take your straw and taste it when you're up there, and you'll be like, "Phew," and you'll be like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
You're like,
You know, there's
Whatever you
weirdness
like.
everywhere.
Right?
anything to get the sale. They
Yeah.
you could put 5 pounds of sugar in it if they want, whatever they want, as long as they can sell it.
Yep. But yeah, so just like Keith said that about 80% of the drinks that you see here, you can offer to our guests, but you can offer to our guests as a non-alcoholic version. This drink that I've got on the screen right here is one of the very few that won't be tasting any good if you're gonna eliminate the liquor, because all you really got left is just the sweetness and the bitter, so that's not good. But all these drinks like the Neapolitan, like the Lotus Flower, anything pretty much that got some herbs and fruits that goes in, it's gonna be a great option for a half price. So instead of a $14 as an alcoholic drink, we're gonna sell them for $7 as a non-alcoholic option. And it's a very good way to still run up the check. Let's say we got somebody who's trying to pretend that he's, part of a party or whatever, but they have to drive everybody home at the end. You can still order these drinks for $7. We can put them in a martini glass, make it look like it's a cocktail, but it won't. So, moving on to this right here. So, Old Hollywood. This is our twist on Old Fashioned. So, very similar structure to it. You're just gonna have some bourbon as a base, and then something sweet to kind of, mask it all out. So, the sweet stuff is gonna be a combination of in-house made syrup that we create by boiling some dried figs, some cinnamon sticks, and then shaved almonds. So, all that stuff is something that takes quite a bit of a work, but you'll see how good this syrup tastes. And this is the syrup that we're going to be using in Old Hollywood cocktail, as well as one more cocktail that's going to show up at the end of the presentation, which is the Mediterranean Margarita. So we got definitely something if somebody's into nuts and that kind of things. Definitely a very good cocktail to offer. Super easy to make too. So bartenders love it. Just two things to grab. 3 thoughts.
So all those ingredients are all in one.
These 3 ingredients are merged into the syrup that we're going to be using. So all you're really grabbing is the bottle of liquor, adding the syrup, and then a little bitters on top.
And for people who don't like the vine berry and that's not their thing, those vodka drinks, they'll go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Hollywood is my.
It's either the
amazing.
old Hollywood crowd or you got the vine berry and
Neapolitan.
crowd.
Yeah, we're trying to have a little bit of both on the menu. So we're gonna have some gin drinks, we're gonna have some whiskey drinks, and a lot of vodka drinks because vodka sells the best, Just right here, Clementina. This is kind of similar to the cocktail Vanberry that we just talked about. So this is just something that's gonna be a little bit more citrusy, more orangey. So once again, you got the spice that comes off the Serrano chili. Then we got a bit of an orange and a lemon and a basil that just kind of blends it all together. There's a little bit of a sugar that adds at the end, but that's just simply because you will get too tart using these 2 ingredients just on its own. Very nice, refreshing, kind of like your twist. I would describe it as a spicy screwdriver. That's probably the best way to just kind of get across when people are like, ooh, what would you say about this drink? That's screwdriver because you got the spice, you got the orange, you got vodka. On to the next one. So, this super popular drink, especially down in Miami, everybody loves mojitos. It's just the whole theme where, you gotta have something nice and minty. So, definitely offer this to young, to old people. Everybody loves it. So, this is the ginger version of it. That's gonna be originally on our cocktail list. So, as you see, you're gonna have a ginger syrup that goes in it, a bit of a lime, of course, mint and a rum. Now, as far as the mojitos go, you can offer pretty much every other type of mojito as you see the different fruits that we have. So you can see that we have cocktails with the blackberries, so we got something with the strawberries. With that said, you're automatically thinking like, okay, we can offer you guys some strawberry mojitos or some blackberry mojitos. I would even